What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. You've seen us do all the Fox bodies and all of that, but this is our second New Edge, and in this video we're going start to finish from 2-valve to Coyote swap, and gonna go over a couple of things that are gonna just blow your mind as far as how simple you really can do a 2-valve GT from 96 to 04. Pretty damn simple. All right, so the great thing about these cars is if you follow the channel for any length of time, you know we used 99 to 04 Hydro Boost parts for all the Fox bodies we do. And we also, in the past, before the new hidden AC kits from Fathead Garage came out, we used all 99 to 04 AC components as well. Well, guess what? When you're doing a 96 to 04, really and truly, from, you know, the 4.6 and on, all of this stuff works. So you don't have to buy anything for your power steering. You don't really have to buy anything for your air conditioning unless it's in bad shape. Second great thing, we ran the BBK headers on this car. We did not have to buy a steering shaft, which was, again, another cost that you would have on a Fox body that you can reuse on doing one of these cars. All right, so moving to the inside. Now, we did use the Dakota digital gauge cluster on this car. You actually don't have to, if it, you know, it's not mandatory. My buddy Lethal Nate on Facebook, he makes a harness that can make your factory gauges work. So you can do that. So I'm not including the Dakota digital as a mandatory cost of this. But it is a very nice piece and super simple to hook up. But other than, you know, making your factory gauges work, regardless of how you do it, you want to move down here, you're going to have to mount your pedal, and you're going to need the Scram Speed pedal mount bracket. And then, of course, your pedal comes with your control pack. All right, guys, so up the skirt, what are you going to need? What are you going to have? So, on the first New Edge swap that we did attempt it with the stock K-member. Did it work? Yes, it did. Here's the problem. Number one, with the stock K-member, you will have to change the Coyote oil pan, and with the price of the oil pan, it doesn't make a lot of sense to try and save the stock K-member. The other thing, with the stock K-member, good luck ever getting at that starter without dropping the headers and or the K-member. So, when you take into the account how affordable a kit like this UPR K-member is, the amount of weight that you're going to drop off the front, and the ease of access to get basically everything having the tubular front suspension, I would not even waste my time trying to run the stock K-member. It just makes more sense to go with a setup like this. So if you want to talk really simple and uber freaking cheap, check this out. This is the stock T45. This car's an 01, early 01, so came with a stock T45. Guess what? it's in there. You will need a flywheel, different flywheel for the Coyote, but you can essentially, I don't recommend it, you can run your stock clutch. I'd go ahead and upgrade because you're in there, but you can run it. Right here, stock cross member for the trans, stock mount. Couldn't be any simpler. Guess what? Stock drive shaft. So all of this stuff, say you were swapping a Fox body, you would have to buy. You don't have to buy any of this stuff. Pretty freaking simple. All right, so what else are you gonna have to buy? You're gonna need your swap headers. These are, like I said, BBKs. They work fine. You can do speed engineering. They're actually cheaper than these. Next thing you will have to have is an X pipe. And what we're gonna do on this car in the name of budget is just get a 3 to 2.5 inch reducer and make that connection right here and just run. He already had a nice MagnaFlow stainless cat back on the car, so we're gonna connect that to that, and the exhaust is done. All right, so let's get back under the hood and talk about a couple of the mandatory things you've got to have to make this swap happen. Okay, as I said before, you can use all your factory power steering and air conditioning components from your 2-valve or 4-valve, depending on what you had in the car previously. So to run those, you're gonna need your power by the hour accessory drive bracket kit and your Coyote alternator. Those are required to run your power steering pump, which typically your air conditioning is over here. So you will need your power by the hour accessory drive kit. You're gonna need some kind of cold air intake. Now this is an older JLT we use, and as you can see, it's over on this side. They're actually kind of designed to go this way, but again, in the interest of budget and simplifying the swap, we wanted to leave the battery exactly where it was from the factory, so we just flipped this. Really, the only issue this caused is running your PCV line to your intake tube. So you're going to need some sort of cold air intake. You're going to need your power by the hour accessory bracket kit under here, and then also your fuel system. Now this is actually just a line we had that came with a Whipple kit that we had before. As you can see, it's connected over here at the factory line. We just removed that factory line that had the dampener sitting right here and just hooked it directly up to your Coyote fuel rail. And then in the back, we're going to use the, I guess, 97 Corvette fuel pressure regulator, fuel filter slash, and that's essentially all you have to do to the fuel system. As you can hear, it run. You need to go ahead and upgrade your pump. I just pick you up a like an Aeromotive 340 or something like that. It'll be fine, and your fuel system is handled. All right, so you can see in here on the inside, pretty freaking sweet. Let me turn the lights on. There's your Dakota Digital. Pretty awesome. Like I said, you can run the stock cluster with a lethal Nate harness, but the Dakota Digital is a really nice piece, and if you're trying to do it uber budget, that's something maybe you could upgrade to later on down the road once you've got everything else paid for. But again, get your gauges working regardless of how you do it, and then mount your pedal, and pretty much it. You've got down here, as far as wiring, you need your constant hot, key on hot. You need to plug your pedal in, which comes with the control pack, and that's essentially all you've got to do on the interior. quick notes on the cooling system. Yes, factory fan, factory radiator. Now, with the battery staying where it is, which definitely makes life a lot easier, and flipping your cold air intake to the opposite side, that's where your expansion tank typically is going to sit. So you're going to need to figure out something to go right here. We used a one that was actually for these cars and had it cut down a little bit, a little cast aluminum fabricated job. Here, so. Yeah, so it, even if it was turned this way, it wouldn't work, right? I mean,
no, probably not. Yeah,
because if you're coming this way, the intake's going to be coming out this way. Yeah. So on the last one we did, we had a tank cut down a little bit that was made for these actually, and bolted that in, and then had some tabs welded on for that to hold your power steering reservoir, and that worked out. As far as finding the jug, you can just look pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, just the aluminum 4.6 reservoir.
Yeah. All right, a couple more cooling issues. As far as your cooling system goes, you are going to have to do a little work here. You can cut this T out of your lower radiator hose so that you got this fitting to go up to your jug. So this is going to be the lower hose that comes with your control pack. Cut this out of your factory 4.6 lower hose, put this end on it, and then you're good. You may have to do a little trimming down in this area, but there's your lower hose. And then of course your upper hose that comes with your control pack, you're going to hook to that Y right there, and you'll be good to go. So, all right, another note. Yes, your stock starter will work, but it will not clear your headers as far as taking it in, taking it out. So you're going to want a Gen 2 Mustang or F-150 starter, which is a 15 to 17 as far as years go. They're quite a bit smaller, and they'll allow you to maneuver that thing in and out with your long tube headers, which you're definitely going to need. All right, guys, so a few final thoughts. Yeah, you can do this as cheaply or as expensive as you want to do. We used a Mustang, or excuse me, this is a Gen 2 truck motor in this car. COYOTE prices depend on generation, crate motor, pull out, used. So the prices are all over the map. You just got to go out and find what you're looking for. You're going to be anywhere from $2,000 to however much you want to spend. If you want to buy it brand new, you can spend upwards of 10 grand on a new crate motor. Yeah, we use the stock trans. The T45 is not going to be ideal for the COYOTE, but it is going to work, and that's something you can upgrade later. And the 3650 that came in the later 02, 01s and up to 04, same deal, bolt right up, no issues there. And again, that's something that you can upgrade later, you know, once you've kind of recovered from doing your swap. Now, one part that we didn't talk about is, of course, your control pack. You're going to need a control pack to run it. Yes, there are other ways to run a COYOTE, but control pack is ultra simple, super easy to hook up, runs the factory PCM, so pretty much anybody can tune the car, and just makes sense to run it that way, which is what we did. Nothing to it. All right, so final thoughts. Pretty freaking simple, and having done so many of these on Fox bodies and other stuff that require you to change essentially everything, these are cake, man, I'm telling you. And considering what it would cost you to build a 2-valve, or really even a 4-valve, to make the power that this stock COYOTE is going to make, it just makes sense to go ahead and do the swap. Once this car is tuned, which we'll have that coming very soon, this car will make well over 400 to the tires, bone stock engine with headers, and that's nothing too shabby. And of course, again, you can upgrade later, add boost. Sky's the limit at this point. So can you make power with a 2-valve? Of course you can, but cost per horsepower, just makes sense to do this swap. Once you're done, you're done. You'll have a seriously badass ride. All right, guys, so there you go. I hope this helps. Hope you enjoyed it. This is the second one we've done. There's multitudes of them out there. They're a great swap, great power, great reliability, great drivability, and great for upgrading later on down the road if you want to add boost or anything like that. Just a no-brainer there. So if you guys did enjoy it, big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Catch you on the next one.